Hey folks, T Skinny here. I'm back with Ace, the patriotic American hillbilly, the voice of real Americans. Ace, welcome back to the show.
Good to be here again. I always love coming out here.
Yes, I enjoy this very much. Hey, what's happening right now is a big deal going on. The House just passed the rules for impeachment of President Trump. Impeachment of President Trump.
Yeah. Wow, that is such a cluster, man. I got to tell you that.
Why is that a cluster?
There's so many things that are just completely and totally oppositional. You're calling for the Democrat side is calling for this has to be a bipartisan. I'm going to break your table. Has to be a bipartisan movement. But yet when they voted, there was no Republicans that voted for it, yet 2 Democrats voted against it. So the only bipartisan movement is to not impeach him. You know, everything is so contradictory in it. And I'm reading some of these rules. They're talking about who can witness the impeachment trial, and it's a very limited amount. They're trying to restrict Republicans from being a part of the after you call for a bipartisan movement. Which is it, man? Is it one or the other? You know, it's just over and over and over. And now they're trying to put limits on what questions can be asked and who can ask them and who can hear that. How is that transparency?
Well, that's controlling the narrative is what it is.
It is. You know, and I'm going to tell you a truth about this that really just gets under my skin. You work for me. I want to know all of it. I don't want to know just the tiny detail that fits your narrative. I want to know all of it. If Trump is wrong, so be it. If this is just a coup, which is conspiracy theory stuff, if that's what it is, I want to know. You work for me. You don't own me. You're not the boss and I have to fall in line. You work for me. Find out the truth. All of it. Every bit.
I'm completely in the same camp as you. I remember when President Trump had the information that came out in the report about Russia, and he said, put it all out there.
But every bit.
Just put every bit of it out there and let everybody read it. So I am for transparency, no doubt about it. The funding for this impeachment.
Oh, man. I tell you what, this got a little bit off topic, but very recently I was approached by a company called Liar and Thief Association.
Right.
And at first, I kind of thought it was a joke at first. I was like, oh, man, this is a good joke. And then I got to thinking about what they're talking about. And talking about Liar and Thief Association, what it is it is focusing on all the things that is wrong with the system we have today. And I got to thinking about liar, and then I got to thinking about Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and all these things that they are saying that's coming out that is false. And you talk about thief, talk about funding coming from it. Nancy Pelosi has taken how many millions of dollars from Social Security?
Right.
What gives you the right to touch the money that my grandma paid in for the last 60 years?
Right. Hey, there should be no...
You got no right.
No right, yes.
You work for me. It's not my job to fund you. You work for me, and you are failing. You have no place if that's the kind of politics that you're interested in. Taking money from 70-year-old men and women in our country who worked their whole life to get it so you can play politics? You do not represent me.
So it sounds like you're saying they're creating a lie, a narrative lie, to steal an election.
This is what it really looks like.
That's what it sounds like to me.
You know, this is the patriotic American hillbilly, the Paul statement. Mm-hmm. That I do believe that they have zero chance of winning this election without shady underhandedness. Trump, love him or hate him, lowest unemployment rate that there is. The economy is growing exponentially with the tariffs that are working. Look at what just happened with Kurd. We got number 1 and number 2 ISIS player. You know, who do you think just did that? The man is delivering on what he said. And people want to go back, there's a racist and a bigot and a homophobic, and they cite things that are so out of context. I never elected him to be my moral leader. I elected him, I voted for him as a businessman to run the largest corporation that has ever or will ever exist in the history of ever. That's us. He's running a business and he's making excellent business decisions. And look around you. It's working.
It is.
For the first time in a long time, I feel hope in my clients. I own a hot rod shop. So I got a lot of fairly well-to-do guys that are business owners for the most part. They come in and they're building their toys. And the feeling I get from these guys, they're hopeful. They want to expand. They want to grow. They want to hire more people. I haven't felt that for a long time in what we do. It's there. So love him or hate him, he's doing a good job.
So this impeachment, though, when it comes down to it and it goes to the Senate for a vote and it fails, what happens then?
Well, I got to tell you, what I've seen Trump doing with some of his strategy and some of his baiting is spot on. And I got to tell you, baiting. He keeps putting out little bits of information, and people will attack that, and it's never true. It was never a piece. It was leading so that he could go against it. So I'm going to tell you, with the involvement of Trey Gowdy, if you're out there, you're my hero. Thank you for your service. And I see William Barr. That man was born and bred to be the little pit bull for this. I don't think he really cares who's president. I think he cares about right and wrong and the letter of the law, and I think he's going to attack it like a pit bull. And if you're in his sights, man, you screwed up. So, yeah. I think what you're going to see happen next when this is all over is I think this president who's been attacked nonstop from 19 minutes after his 19 minutes after his election, and we start seeing processes to go against him. 19 minutes after taking office, everything is his fault.
Right.
19 minutes. I can't even go to the bathroom in 19 minutes, okay?
Okay.
So when this is all done and the dust is cleared, I think you're going to see him take the gloves off and he's going to attack. I think he's going to unleash all the information that has been held back. And I think you're going to see a giant change in what happens.
Well, let's hope these liars and thieves don't get their way and the president is exonerated once again.
Once again. Again.
Yes.
And again and again and again. It's a broken record.
Yes.
I don't know anybody who go under scrutiny that he's been through and come out squeaky clean. I can't. I'm a scumbag. I know this. You start looking at me, I'm a dirtball, man. It ain't going to go very far. Like, I don't get to be president. And all my friends, even upstanding people, nobody could go through the scrutiny that man's going under. You're talking nonstop around the clock.
Well, Ace, thank you very much for your insights. Let's see how this ends up, how this goes. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.